I joined Air Force ROTC because it seemed like the easy way out. I know a lot of people don't think that, but my dad was in the Air Force, and I couldn't see myself not being in the Air Force in the future, not living on a base, raising a family, in the military life, moving around, being mobile, and experiencing lots of different cultures and bases and whatnot.
I've had a lot of family members that have served in the Air Force, so their service is really what piqued my interest in the Air Force specifically. In high school, I knew that I wanted to go to college, so Air Force ROTC was the best option for me since I could pursue a future career in the Air Force as well as be in college at the same time.
I joined Air Force ROTC because I wanted to have some sort of career and job that wasn't just like boring office work, if that makes sense. I knew I could go into college, I could get a engineering degree and go have a white collar job doing something somewhere for enough money to make ends meet comfortable. But that doesn't really appeal to me. I want to be the kind of person who leads others, who tries to change the lives of others for the better and try and make the world around them a better place.
I think what I enjoy most about AFROTC is definitely the different people that I've met, especially with the current situations they're in. So even though it's smaller groups, it feels more intimate that way. Get to know people better.
I think the thing that I enjoy most about Air Force ROTC is the people that I've met and how it challenges myself to do more than just school. And also the people that you meet, they always have the same mindset of you of trying to challenge yourself, so you all kind of really get along.
With Air Force ROTC, you're a student first. Grades are important. You're here to get an education, and the Air Force wants you to get a good one. So you get your classwork done, you come to lead lab, you come to PT, you go to your AIRS class. As a GMC, it's not too hard to balance work, school, and ROTC. You come and you do your work and you leave.
For me, the balance between ROTC and school has varied based on the semester, depending on how hard my classes are and what my job is within ROTC. This semester, because it's my last one at UVA, I definitely don't worry about my classes nearly as much, and I've got a pretty work-intensive job in ROTC, so it's definitely swung more to the AFROTC side of things. But in previous semesters, I've found it really, really easy to balance it. I think most cadets who are having issues with that just need to sort of focus on one or the other and figure out what's their priority.
So some extracurriculars that I'm in, one is in ROTC, I'm on the drill team. We just do marching at competitions and practices every semester. And I'm also, outside of ROTC, I'm on the club Quidditch team at JMU, which is originally from Harry Potter, but it's a mixture of rugby, dodgeball, and wrestling, and it's really, really fun, I promise.
So I'd say the big one that I'm involved with is, it's called Who's Flying, actually. It's the aero design team at UVA. It's pretty much like an aerospace engineering team, effectively, where we design and fly remote control RC aircraft.
So pre-COVID marching band. In terms of actual Air Force extracurriculars, I'm also a part of Arnold Air Society, which is the professional development society within Air Force ROTC.
My knowledge of what leadership entails and the different parts of it have definitely gotten a lot more depth. And then I've become a lot more comfortable leading groups through exercises, standing up for yourself, making yourself heard, being very decisive is something that they teach you.
My leadership's definitely developed a lot since I joined ROTC. I think that's true for nearly everyone to one extent or another. For me, I think I've sort of held the same leadership personality the whole time, but I've grown a lot more confident and I understand a lot more when to change my leadership style for a different situation or for a different team.
So in ROTC, my leadership skills have definitely strengthened more. I did some leadership skills in high school and had already started to strengthen those skills in general, but I think something that developed in ROTC specifically was learning more about what a leader was like. I feel like, especially for me in high school, I saw the leader as the person who would take initiative and kind of lead the group and be the person to do everything. But in ROTC, I really learned that being a leader isn't just about being this loud person that takes charge for everything and kind of leads the group, but being a leader also involves taking a step back and learning how to follow and learning how to help let other people lead and succeed as well. And that was a huge thing that I learned specifically.
So LLAB is Leadership Laboratory. That's every Tuesday from about 3:15 to 5:30, and there we learn we learn and put to use the practical skills that we'll need as to be future officers in the Air Force. So things like debriefing, like drill, group leadership projects, all those kind of things.
LLAB is kind of our main class for ROTC. It's about 2.5 hours long. We all meet up at Hillside Field. We practice drill skills. We have flight time. We just get to practice the things that we're going to need later on with ROTC.
Air science class is an academic setting where we are taught by a commissioned officer in the Air Force, typically on more routine Air Force standards, things we're going to need to know when we join the Air Force, and also leadership skills, followership skills, basically everything important you need to know before you go be an officer in the Air Force.
Why should I join Air Force ROTC, and what are the benefits of doing so?
Well, hopefully there's a number of benefits for joining ROTC that should be attractive for people wanting to come here. I think, well, the obvious ones are it may be a mechanism to pay for school. And so through scholarship program that you could apply for while you're in high school and before coming to the university is one route. Also, while you're in ROTC, you could apply and possibly get picked up for a scholarship in ROTC. And then what comes with that is some pocket money. They call it a stipend that cadets that are contracted either under scholarship or upperclassmen, they receive a monthly stipend that gives them some pocket change. But that's the kind of the more obvious, more monetary reasons to join. But I think even better than that is the ability to join an organization where you have a common goal. And when you join an organization like that offers challenges and has some rigor behind it, people tend to form lasting friendships. And that really, I think, is the main benefit of it, is the friends, the people that you meet and the friends that you make. I've said in class in front of the leadership lab that here I was in ROTC 30 years ago, and the best friends that I have today, to this day in the Air Force, are some that I met in ROTC.
What is the cadre structure at Detachment 890?
Okay, so the cadre structure is we have 4 active duty officers, including myself. I'm the commander, and the other 3 instructors. So we have Major Tulip, who's a C-17 pilot. He teaches our AS-200s, so our sophomores. We do have a contracted instructor right now, Dr. Davis, but she will not be with us the next year, so we'll have another officer there. Captain Brian LaGrange fills that role. He is a developmental engineer, academy graduate by background, and he teaches the AS-100s with the freshmen. And then we have Captain Fields, who is a logistics officer, prior enlisted explosive ordnance disposal member, and he teaches our juniors. In addition to our officers that we here, we do have 3 non-commissioned officers, NCOs, that work in the back office who support us mainly administratively. And what you really should take away from that is that we have great representation from career fields in the Air Force. My background is space, and as I mentioned, we've got a pilot, logistics officer, developmental engineer, and oh, by the way, this summer we're bringing on board an intelligence officer and a tactical air control party member. So kind of a little bit of special ops flavor in there. So that's our cadre, and they're a great resource for those cadets who maybe don't know a lot about what's available in the Air Force, and can speak to them about maybe some choices or some suggestions on what they could possibly do as a career.
All right, do you have any closing remarks, sir?
Other than that, I hope to see a well-energized, enthused class every year when we start the fall semester. And to date, I haven't been disappointed. So if whoever's watching this is interested in coming out to Air Force ROTC, I hope to see them.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.